Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Brotherhood of Bounce. We are on episode 6, which should be episode 7, but you know, computers are gay and they like to do things stupidly.
Mate, let's not question the sexuality of computers, please.
I mean it in the most respectful terms.
No, you didn't. You were calling them out like it's if they want to love other computers of the same computer. I don't even know if computers have genders. Maybe it's got a dongle plugged into the front. I don't know, but I'm not here to judge. Computers are free to love who they want.
Okay, I say that in utmost respect, probably because it was busy having some fun with another computer of the same gender at the same time we were trying to record. That's why it ran out of space.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Saved it. Right.
It was filling its hard drive. It was filling its hard drive.
Oh, I.
Exactly.
Anyway, yes, we're in episode 6. Episode 6, technically week 7 of the Calamitous Casual, and we are going to be doing our usual cover of 2A. And, well, we're just going to dive straight into the schedule from last week, and we're going to start with this lovely, interesting statistic. Clandingus 3, Stay Burt, 1. Now, this has gone the opposite of what we expected.
Yeah, this is
surprising
for the Skaven.
For the rats. This is good. The rats have done well.
Yeah, definitely.
Our prediction, we both predicted, was the Brets were going to smash them 2-1. But let's have a quick look at what happened in that regard. A couple of level ups on the lineman plate, so that's nothing special. Armor breaks. If anything, the armor breaks in the when it says armor breaks there, does it mean like they broke armor or they had that armor?
Yeah, that's how many times that team broke armor. So obviously the rats broke 9 times, the Brets broke 14.
So even
what you'd expect,
Yeah,
7
that's
versus 8.
what you expect. It's like 14. Yeah, 14. If they break, if the Brets break armor 14 times, that's what we sort of expected. But
yeah. There is a telling one there though. There's an interception.
There is an interception. There is an interception.
That never goes well if you land an interception. I mean, your opponent's passing over you, but
I wonder if that's where the source of one of the touchdowns came from. That's what.
Well, I'm guessing so. I would assume so. Maybe 2-2, and it got quick flips, and you know how swift rats can be.
Yes, of course. Ball possession 31. Look at the stats here. It looks very much like Brett-sided. I mean, like, ball possession's good, occupation of opponent's half is good. The passes, not so much, but then again, your Bretts, you don't really pass that much compared to, say, Rats, which fight with the Ratty Falls.
Yeah.
Blocks, again, good. KOs,
Blocks,
even.
Nice. Yeah.
Injuries inflicted, 3. All the stats here say that the Brett should have won it, but I think it is that one telltale interception right there that might have been the... It could have been. It looks like it is headed for 2-2.
Moment, isn't it?
Yeah, looks like it was headed for 2-2, but 1-6.
Yeah,
might have ballsed
it. Game over, isn't it?
Yeah. SVP is not to speak of on that one. That's the extra really angry poll chat. Dice rolls again. I mean, look at this. It's pretty standard. 60% armor failure on behalf of the rats there. There's nothing
telling, is there? There's nothing telling.
And it's literally that one intercepts like much like in actual like American football. It's like intercepts are actually really horrible to get against you in like the worst possible situations. And let's face it, imagine if it was that must have been either I imagine it was a gutter runner making the interception, or it was something else that handed off to gutter runner next to him and that legged it.
Yeah, there is a telling wake up after KO, success 2, failure 7.
Yeah.
I mean, but he did only get 4 KO'd, so it's still...
Yeah.
You know... Yeah, I think it still sounds pretty even. It clearly that interception just not the game.
Yeah. I mean...
3 attempts.
3 attempts at interceptions, oof.
That's for fake state bird.
That's a lot of like passing over.
So they both got an intercept.
Wait, did they?
Yeah,
Except it
there's
was
2
all good.
successful intercepts and 2 failed intercepts in the rolls. Unless he's got safe throw on a rat.
Maybe, I don't know. And that's weird. I don't understand how that's like.
I don't get this.
No, I don't get that. That's weird.
However,
However,
we
yeah,
don't quite know what went on there, so we're
no,
going to go with shenanigans.
yeah, lots of pushes for the Brets.
Yeah.
Lots of pushes. It's like it's fairly even across the board in that sort of respect, but the pushes were well, pretty much double actually. That makes sense. It just feels
Yeah.
like more. Dingus.
Lot of pals.
Actually, Dingus. I think they sort of fell on the side of powers by comparison because like 13 powers to 15 pushes. Usually the pushes should be about double that.
Yeah, it's true.
So I wonder if the powers are hitting home well for the Dingus, and obviously powers, even though you're not breaking armor, could still make a game.
Yeah, but if you're punching enough, like you look at the latter end of the Brett's punches, and they're pow 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 pow. The early ones, yeah, it's pushes, but yeah, it's like pow pow pow. So it clearly was a mixed bag. I think I don't quite know what went on there. I'm calling shenanigans.
Yeah, it depends on who they're going against, because you say pow 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 pow, but there's quite a lot of defender stumbles in there. If they're against any like gutter runners, do gutter runners have dodge installed normally?
Yeah, gutter runners come with dodge.
Come with dodge. If they're against gutter runners, then
yeah, I suppose it's not great.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
good win for the Flings.
Not
Flings.
Good
win
for the
rats. Sorry, I got Flings from the brain because they're next.
Yeah.
Yes,
I know, I can tell.
The Rug Flings won the Karstein Carnage counts, so our vampire team 2-1 to the Vamps. Sad times, sad times with the loner gets the MVP.
Loner,
yeah.
Dead halfling.
Dead halfling, yeah, always a sad time, but the Flings is what you expect. Ball possession was heavily in favour of the Flings there.
The halflings, yeah.
Yeah, but I guess Vamps doing Vamp things.
Yeah, I mean, one hypnotic gaze on a tree and you're through, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. Same amount of hours. You're able to skip over that. Don't worry about it. Whew, that's a fair amount of SVP.
Yeah.
8 on Count Manfred von Mosch.
Those vampires are going to get disgusting at some point.
They're already disgusting. One's got an agi army up, and then one's got double movement up. Let's have a look where the failure was. Again, the dodge rate.
Armor rolls bad. That's right.
Is it really?
There are 3 up dodges.
But they got dodge.
Yeah, but you still roll it twice.
Fair enough. Armor, that is a gutting stat statistic.
Yeah. Oh, clearly, Sarah Michelle Gellar wasn't on form there with the stab at 50%.
Definitely.
But that's about right though, because she's stabbing armor 7s. Just block with her. If you're watching, Emily, just block with her. Don't bother stabbing.
Unless you're against
because you've got more chance of achieving what you want.
Yeah.
With a block.
Yeah.
The only time you should ever stab as the primary course of action with Sarah Michelle Gellar is against snotlings.
Yeah. Or
like stab
or
the
goblins
shit
at a push.
No, they're 7.
Are they almost 7?
Halflings, maybe.
Fair enough. That take root stat, that is a sad stat.
Gosh, she's no good with take roots, is she?
No. That is a sad stat. It should be what?
80
odd%, yeah, and that's a good chunk less. That's not fun.
Yeah, it's not great, that is it?
Pickups and passes, that's about right, and landings are. Bless her, she's obviously tried for the fling.
You've got to go for it, haven't you?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. That looks like a sad time. Now hit the dodge, 100% dodge rate. Rude.
Oh man, that's rude.
That armor rate though is sad.
Yeah, it is quite sad.
I imagine that's mostly through
bloodlust. Look at that bloodlust.
Oh, yeah, that's a strong bloodlust. That is a strong bloodlust.
Yeah, strong lack of bloodlust.
Yeah.
Vampires clearly managed to not disintegrate into killing themselves. So clearly,
you talk about the using hypnotic gaze. It's only used twice.
Yeah. One success, one fail. It's not
Yeah,
great, but
it's not
it's
great, but
it,
even then,
it,
you expect as vampires that you expect using the gaze a bit more,
yeah,
a bit more.
yeah. I think it went by the looks of things the way you'd expect. You know, the two teams tried to do what they do, and they're unreliable at best
Yeah,
at doing it.
but both teams
And
are. Yeah,
the vampires proved more reliable today than the halflings did.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. They're
Yeah,
always
it's.
entertaining games though when you play silly teams against each other.
Oh yeah, completely. The vamps
None of this
block
orc versus
die.
none of this orc versus dwarf rubbish where they
Hmm,
just sort of stand there and punch and don't die.
yeah, of course. The vamps block die is not fantastic. Pretty very even across the board in terms of schools, both down
Yeah,
and
not
and
yeah.
defender
He's not got
stumbles.
tackled, so he didn't really manage to knock
No,
that many down. But
yeah, but imagine there was a
so
bit of. I think,
enough in it.
that being said, there's not that much block on this team either. So even those both
No,
downs weren't like fantastic. And then going into the flings, you're not really throwing blocks with flings, but that is a pretty standard sort of
trees
result.
should be throwing blocks with flings.
Trees, yeah, maybe, but
Trees.
even then, 5, 5, 12, 6, and 4. That is
Yeah,
pretty much
Zara the Slayer should be
that
throwing
is
blocks.
that is pretty much in the great bell curve of life. That is it. That is like what you expect.
Meh, no, it could get better.
It could get better, but I mean, like it
Could also
literally
get
is
worse,
almost
but
double.
it isn't because what part of five double five is 12?
I know, but you got 6 as well there.
Yeah.
It's
But if it was maybe
oh
two
oh
sixes, a 7 and a 5, I'd give it you.
oh shut up. You know what I mean? We have a
I
bit of
do
a
know
miss.
what you mean, but you're
We
still wrong.
we have a bit of, well in terms of like actual game itself. We
Yeah, we're missing
flings and
this one.
vamps. No, flings and vamps. I mean, so we predicted. We had hopes. I predicted 2-1 to the flings. You predicted 1-1. It turns out we were neither of us right.
We were both wrong.
We
We
were
were
both
both wrong,
wrong.
in fact.
Hey ho. I mean, I can at least claim I was right with the 2-1 aspect, just the wrong way around. And
Doesn't count, mate.
it doesn't count this, mate. And yes, it's currently 10 o'clock at night, and
Yeah.
the humans and the lizards haven't played yet.
So we have not had any updates. I did check a minute ago to see if the game had started. From the looks of things, it was due to start at 9. Obviously, it hasn't.
Yeah.
So, you know what's going on there.
Don't know.
Any updates, if they're hot to trot, would be nice.
They'll be fantastic.
However,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think there is one. I
No.
did. I've asked about it. I know Matt's asked about it about half an hour ago. See what they're up to. So I think that might go down as a draw.
Oh dear. That's sad times indeed.
Yeah.
Moving swiftly on. Green is
Moving
the
swiftly
color.
on.
Green is the color versus in the Rain of Blood. We both predicted you for a 1-0 win. What happened?
I know, mate. I got greedy and tried for 2.
Oh, did you really? That was dumb,
Yeah,
wasn't
and
it?
then he elf bullshitted me. I mean,
He
it
elf
happened.
bullshitted you. What?
I double wand. I made a go for it. I
Yeah,
double wand. I
as you
didn't
do.
actually need to make the go for it. I clearly was drunk. I wasn't drunk, but I was clearly drunk because you weren't there.
Yeah, of course.
I got greedy, trying to go for a second touchdown, thinking I've got this, and he
Yeah.
can't really score. Well, he managed to make a 6 up fucking yeet
Of course.
into a catch after a 4 up pickup after a 3 up dodge.
Oh,
And it was like, all right,
I mean,
okay, well,
if
you
it
can have a
is,
touchdown for that
yeah,
on turn 16. I can't really. It happens, doesn't it?
he
But as you can see,
he
mate,
elfed you.
everything happened. How it happens?
Yeah, I mean,
Barely any arm breaks.
look at it. Yeah, but I mean, in terms of like the stats, at least on like the front page and like the result itself, 1 touchdown, 1 pass each. Armor breaks were fairly even, slightly in favour of the Orcs, and you got 1 person sent off. I mean, but you dwarves, you're not fouling what you're doing.
It wasn't. I didn't foul.
So what's the expulsion about?
Got a death roller.
Oh, okay. So it was just a secret weapon. Sorry,
Automatic death roller.
Okay, but either way. Passes, yeah. Block succeeded again, fairly even, slightly better on your side.
Yeah, I wasn't breaking the armor though.
Yeah. SPP again, fairly even. It's like, is it the keep talking?
Hmm.
Got
I,
two
I,
there, same difference.
yeah, got a little bit. He got a bit more because he managed to kill a dwarf.
Nice,
I
always a
put
bonus.
it back to life. I don't know why I'm losing. I've lost a dwarf every game. And people were like, "Why is he taking an apothecary?" That's why he taking an apothecary, because even armor 9 breaks, and the one time it breaks,
Yep,
dwarf dead
of course,
every game.
Um, but yeah, in terms of like, let's have a quick look at these dice
You got a
rolls.
lot of ones.
Armor
You got a lot of
breaks. He
ones,
got a
but
lot
it's
of
all on
ones.
armor.
Yeah, it's all on armor. So go back. Sorry, armor breaks 87% holding. Injuries were fine. Dodges. Okay, you expect that for orcs. Probably bashing is slightly
But
usually
you
slightly better.
possibly expect a bit better.
Yeah, pickups
But they were
again.
mental dodges.
Pickups.
Again, they
I
were silly
believe
pickups as well.
I believe he's got something with sure hands, hasn't he?
He has,
Yeah. So
which is why there's 6 attempts, not 3. But yeah, they were silly pickups as well.
okay, fair enough. In terms of your threats, your Dauntless literally did its job. Half.
No, do you know what? I didn't use it at any point where it actually mattered.
Fair enough.
No, I think I did on the first turn. I engineered 2 dice block on the troll.
Okay.
Using Dauntless, it would have been 1 dice without it, and that succeded. Not
That's all.
troll.
That's always nice.
So, yeah,
Your
that needed
passes
to be
were 1 for
punched.
1. This is all fairly expected, and a one looking at these stats at least not say watching the game. It's like
No, GFIs were killer, but I lost
yeah,
it. I
GFRs
drew it
are
on
good.
GFIs. But as you can see, like the ones are quite heavy on both of us. The game was messy, but it's what you expect. It was a brawl,
Yeah,
really.
yeah. Orcs versus dwarves is that's what you
It's
expect.
going to be a fight, isn't it?
Yeah. Right. Bowman Lascelles versus Undead versus
It's
Blind
a
Elite.
good
We
result
have
for the elves.
this is
Got a death as well.
yeah. This is a good result for the elves. Usually Khemri in general or no Khemri.
Well, they're
These are
shambling, aren't they?
they're undead. Sorry, I just saw I saw like a mummy looking
Yeah,
person,
a
but it's not
mummy.
a Team Guardian. But yeah, that's a good result. Usually that they can get a
Elves
bit
get
of
hurt, don't they?
yeah, they'll get hurt. Yeah. 2 touchdowns, 6 arm breaks, no expulsions, and yeah, there's a death for the undead there.
Yeah.
Let's have a quick look at these. These look fairly no. Yeah, if elves aren't passing, you're not playing elves. Not as many
Though.
blocks, makes sense. KO's inflicted. KO's inflicted against KO. Ooh,
That's where it comes down to, isn't it? That
yeah, just a little bit.
they got the removals, and clearly the undead didn't, and that should have gone the other way. Really, you'd
Oh
think,
yeah,
wouldn't you?
absolutely. Oh, and then look at the fucking SPP.
Well, I've
Yeesh.
played them. I don't care.
Yeah,
I haven't played I haven't played the undead yet.
fair enough. Intercepts failure. Armor was holding for the most part for the underworld. That's good. Undead, sorry.
Yeah.
Injuries though, when the armor did get a break, it did not go well.
No, you did the damage.
Yes, he did the damage.
You did the damage.
Dodge wasn't doing very well either. Christ.
No.
GFI was very good. Catch was okay. Casualty pretty standard.
That's
Regen
pretty good actually.
regen
Yeah,
is a stat.
Yeah.
And
Does that mean the dead died? I don't know.
I don't know.
What's dead cannot be killed.
How do you kill that which has no life? And similar story. It's relatively similar story for the elves there. I mean, like armor's holding strong. Dodge is elf, so that's what you expect. Injuries though, that's the level. That's the switch.
That is the winner, isn't it? That's
yeah.
where it went.
He,
For me,
yeah.
that's the point at which turned it. When you're surviving your punches as elves and getting your punches in as elves, you can't be arguing, can you?
But absolutely not. No, that works. Absolutely.
So I mean that's fair. So that probably sums it up about really.
Yeah, absolutely. It does a good.
So hopefully they hopefully the human lizard game gets played, but it's still not on. So
God knows. It's like,
don't know what's going on there.
Right, let's jump into the teams and see how they fared coming out of that. Let's start with yourself. We've got a
12-man
bunch of
dwarf
dwarves.
roster.
12-man
Woo.
dwarf roster. Did anyone get a level up in the last game? They didn't, did
Nah,
they? No.
nah,
This is
nothing.
the same.
I brought back my Longbeard that died in the previous game.
Fair enough. Yeah. These look good. Like blodging runner is good. Like what's that got? It's got a pass. It's a pass runner. Yeah. So you've got a quarterback and you've got a wide receiver.
Yeah,
That's basically what you've got
basically.
there.
Yeah.
Troll Slayer with sidestep, pain in the arse.
I mean, the Death Roller did some quality break tackling.
Did it really?
It dodged into some three tackle zone to make 3 dices on ball carriers. It was
Nice.
Do you know what? It's like having leap, but on something with strength 7. It's disgusting.
Ag7. Stop.
Strength 7, anti 7, basically.
Please stop. And along with God, yeah, this is a strong dwarf team.
Yeah. I mean, it needs more. I need more Longbeards to level up.
Yeah.
Because I need the guard. I am struggling without the guard. However, the positional parts are getting good. I mean, the sidestep's useful, but it's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. Dwarf. What do you expect?
Dwarfs, what do you expect?
That is
I am carrying a Longbeard in fan factor bloat as well.
Nice. It's impossible to have not played their game yet. We've probably seen before. That blodging Croxagore.
What? Oh, mate, blodging. I'd have taken pro.
Yeah, I know you'd have taken. Yeah, but still, a blodging Croxagore.
Would you have taken pro?
I would have taken pro because I know.
Yeah, you've seen the work pro does.
The pro on the Kislev Bear, which is the same as a Croxagore, is like brilliant.
Yeah. However, that's disgusting.
But still, a blodging Croxagore is like. It's still quite a strong thing to have because
it's still a horrible thing.
Even if
you take break tackle on that.
Oh god, yeah, fucking hell. We've got two blocking sources, pretty standard. Are
only a punch away as well.
Yeah, the 1-turn machine skink.
Yeah.
One more movement up and you got yourself a fucking gutter runner.
Movement 2.
Yeah. And then you even got one skink with sprint as well, because that's basically the same as that movement 9 skink, except it just needs to make a roll of a tool.
I mean, it's what it is. Let's hope that doesn't get any more toxic.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's have a look at our vamps.
Got a blodging vamp.
Oh, he's finally leveled up. He's got a blodging vamp. He's got a blodging vamp, a strength up, agile vamp, and a double movement up vamp. This is fucking gross. This is.
This could get with a couple of skills on those two, with the stat ups. It's gonna get vile.
Yeah, I mean, he does need that 4th vamp. He did lose the 4th vamp in his first few games.
What he needs is like 3 or 4 more thralls.
That as well.
Yeah, because then vampires be eaten.
Yeah, he's getting a journeyman next game at least. Thanks to that NNG on Vincent Dujek.
But I mean, it's all well and good that, but like it's how do you beat vampires? Is you control the vampires and kill the thralls.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
Because why are you not punching something with armor 7?
Yeah, exactly. You always attack the armor 7, and especially since like the blood bags are like the source of their power. As soon as they roll a 1 the bloodlust and there's no one to bite, they just walk off the pitch in a huff. It's like no.
Yeah, I mean, it could not happen, but it's an interesting team, but yeah, it's vampires.
Yeah, it's vampires. Absolutely, it's definitely vampires. Cool. Clandingers who haven't done their level ups yet, rude, but there is
what again?
I know, disgusting.
I mean, it's a line rat. So
it's a line rat. Yeah, we can't really like. It will probably take block of some description. Those gut runners, horns and extra arms. Remember said this next time. They're horrible. That gut runner with block as well.
Yeah.
And then
claw on the storm vermin.
Storm vermin with claw. Honestly. Okay, he's got 100k. How much do gutter runners cost? They are
They are like 80.
80k.
Yeah, 80k.
How many gutter runners is he allowed? Can't remember.
4.
4. So either he's going to buy another gutter runner. At least
Or
I
he's
imagine he
saving
is.
for a rat ogre.
Or he's saving for the rat ogre. Yeah, he's saving for the big lad.
I mean, I wouldn't bother with the rat ogre. It doesn't fit with the way you play because
No.
it basically removes your blitz.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it is a roadblock, but it's a difficult thing to move.
Yeah, because it's
And
is
it's
it
wild
is
animal.
it is it wild animal?
Yeah, it's wild animal.
I wasn't sure if it was one of the other dumbass ones.
Yeah, no, because like the other two you can deal with. Obviously the best is bonehead because it's always a 2-up roll, but you know, really stupid. You can control that by putting people next to them.
Yeah, very true.
Wild animal is a 4-up unless you're blocking or blitzing. Well, if you're blocking, you're not moving. If you're blitzing, you're moving. But obviously, you're forced to use the blitz on that when you've got a claw stone vermin.
Yeah,
you know,
very true.
you want that to be doing the
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
punching, didn't you?
I agree, absolutely.
So
yeah,
I don't rate the big rat. I don't think you'll bother with it.
This has the beginnings to be a good team because just for those gut runners alone, they're quite gross.
Oh yeah, you know, once you've got 3 decent gutter runners, your team becomes pretty horrible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Halflings.
Flings.
Sneaky git, more sidestep. Done. Next.
Yeah. sidestep. You know what though? I will say this as I will say this now. Thank you, Emily, for putting them in such a neat order.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's beautiful. Tree, sidestep, sneaky git, and then the rest are.
You can tell she's a woman. She can tell she's a woman.
Okay.
She's taken pride in the way things, are presented.
So
if that was a man, they don't give a shit.
So we've had a slight bit of homophobia right at the beginning, and now a slight bit of sexism. Turns out we're even.
That's not sexism. I suppose it is.
Yeah.
But it's she clearly cares about how this looks.
Yes, absolutely, and I agree with it. Thank you very much. Like it, Emily. Angels, these have not played, like we say. Team roster, still a gross looking roster.
Yeah, I mean it's gross, isn't it?
Yeah.
Block mighty blow strength up.
Mm-hmm.
Sprint catcher, block thrower. I mean it's
God blitzer, God
There's
blitzer.
nothing exciting, is there? But there is. But there's nothing like
God ogre.
Yeah, it's just horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, this is gross. Although that being said, it is very human.
I mean that with a couple of choice levels, that's looking good for the tenderfoot.
Yes, it's looking very good for the tenderfoot trophy.
Because they're so versatile humans as well.
Absolutely. Green is the colour. Andy, what have you done? Oh look, the elf is still here. No wait, what? That's a blitzer.
I didn't kill anything. I didn't kill anything.
You tried to.
I tried.
Yeah. Did he get any level ups that we noticed?
I think he did take.
Oh no, one of his Black Orcs got a level up, didn't it?
Which has shockingly got block.
Shocking, I know.
It's like, what are you going to do? I'm going to take block. All right. Points for originality.
Yeah. That tackle mighty blow is going to cause issues for anyone that comes across it.
Yeah, that's pretty nasty.
That's
especially
nasty.
If you're an armor 6 halfling.
Yep. That I say sidestep, dodge.
Minging it out.
Sidestep, dodge. It's an orc. But hey ho, it's clearly had elf DNA just pumped straight through its goddamn veins.
It's a freak of nature and should be stood on.
Yes, but hey ho, here we are. Run like hell. Your standard another mighty blow blocker and thrower. Giving him block is always a safe bet.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Block,
exactly.
Block.
That's a solid team.
Start playing dwarves.
Undead.
Block.
Undead. That mummy with grab, I will always respect that. Guard and grab, I'll always respect it. It's good. I like it.
Good call. It's got a couple of blodging ghouls.
Yep. The Immortal Jones God. Is this a white with a niggle? with a niggle. It is. It's a white with a
Yeah.
niggle. Sad times.
But it's got guard, so it's
It's
worth
got
keeping.
guards, so yeah, definitely. Ghoul, Blood Ghoul, Blood Ghoul, Blood Ghoul, Sure Hands Ghoul. Yeah, standard.
Yeah.
That's and then two Skelly Bobs.
Double Fowler.
Double Fowler. Absolutely fine with this. Yeah, this is a decent looking undead team.
That's what it'll do, isn't it?
Yeah,
Isn't it?
absolutely. Our
Them
resident
high elves.
high elves. Standard looking catcher.
Guard lineman. That's nice. Guard block lineman.
Guard block lineman. That is. Or for any elf team, guard is an absolute If you can get guard, just get it because it's
It's so useful.
You're not naturally bashy, but that can be so helpful.
Well, it can give you that ability to punch a line where you couldn't punch it before.
Exactly.
Great
Guilt Leaf really well as well. Blodging, nice.
Bludging blitz.
Yep.
I mean, there's nothing unusual there.
Nothing unusual there. No.
He's taking the journeyman into next game because he's lost a catcher, but
yeah, absolutely.
And once again,
Matt, come on, man. Is this Matt?
He does it
this
to
is Matt,
annoy us,
I
swear.
It's a blitzer as well. Okay, so
I mean, it's taking dodge, right?
I mean, yeah, I imagine it's taking. If it's going to fit the rest of the build, it's going to take dodge. What does it get on a double? On a double, it gets strength access. So
which it'll take guard.
Guard, yeah, absolutely, you take guard.
Or maybe you take mighty blow.
Possibly.
And then he becomes like your blitzer.
Yeah, well, funny that.
I know, isn't it?
The blocker.
Currently, you blitz with your blockers, and you do your fancy shit with your blitzers.
Yeah.
It's a weird team. It's a weird team to play.
Lovely. And then a rando guard lineman. That's a double, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everyone standard sneaky git. Oh, is that sneaky git or is that dirty player? Dirty player, sorry.
Dirty player, but it's yeah. You do it. 30k, 40k. Those guys are.
Yeah, it's like if they
cracking
get there.
Skill.
Yeah, lovely. So yeah, this entire division looks like it's set for quite interesting results. It's gonna be interesting.
It could be. I mean, we've been through the fixtures. We can look at the leaderboard.
Let's look at the leaderboard first. Yeah.
You know, we're waiting on second and third to play each other.
Yes, that is a very interesting thing. So
however, if that does end up in the draw, then I stay top. I think Paulie goes ahead of me if he wins on touchdowns.
Pass at this point.
Because I'm a dwarf, I've got like 7 touchdowns. I've played 7 games.
Okay.
I've got 7 touchdowns. That's how it works.
Okay, fair enough. So if Paulie wins, he goes into first and puts you in second. If say they don't play for whatever reason,
and it's a draw, he stays second.
He stays second, and you stay first, which is always a nice thing. And the Lizards will have a similar situation. Let's have a look at where the real interesting fight is. Oh, Emily. So
you're not getting off the bottom now, I don't think. I think it's going.
Yeah, even if you win one, I think that is.
No, she needs to win the remaining 3, which will get her out. But it's a tough ask because I think she's got one of the top guys left to play. We'll find out, won't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who?
Good luck. How does the tenderfoot work? Remind me. Is it
so top 8 go into a reverse seeded playoff. So you'll play. So first we'll play 8th in division.
Yeah.
In the Shakespeare's division. 2nd, 7th.
Yeah, and so on and so forth.
Which was funny because the number 1 team in Division 2A last year played and lost to the number 8 team from the other division.
Hey.
And that's actually that wasn't last year. It was the year before. That team that lost in that first game to the Goblins is the current reigning champion.
Wow. Sure. Cool. Anyway,
I just remember that. I just thought it's quite funky that.
Yeah. Looking at the bottom of the table in that respect, so you've got the vampires, you've got the undead. So I think the only reason undead are above the vampires at the moment is due to
touchdowns.
I imagine it's touchdown difference because didn't the vampires get an absolute spanking from was it last week? No, a week
They
before.
did from the lizards.
Yeah, for the lizards they got.
There was an absolute monstrosity
Yeah, it was
occurred
like
on that
something like
scoreboard.
is it 4 or 5-0 or something daft.
Yeah, it was vile, man.
Yeah. So that'll be that touchdown difference for the most part.
Yeah.
Then you've got. Then it's still mid pack, like up to like fourth, between fourth and eighth. Sorry, between fourth and ninth.
It's open,
It's
isn't it?
quite close knit. Yeah. Um,
It's open.
Literally
I mean, I think anybody could drop.
the only reason the Orcs are so high up is they've got so many draws by comparison to losses. It's like they've actually got
Yeah.
points from it. Literally, all the Orcs need to do, if the Orcs win one, that secures it for them. That's that done.
Pretty much, yeah.
That secures it for them, because they'll like pass on like the amount of draws they've got alone, similar to my team in Division 1.
Yeah, if they sit, they'll sit good and they'll get into. You want to just get into the thing, don't you? I mean, development's important. Getting the SPP, develop that team. But yeah, I mean, your top three, I think they're through.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as you're right, I think fourth to ninth is pretty open. Emily can do it, but she's gonna have to
pull a miracle.
She's gonna have to pull a miracle survival. She's gonna have to do some ass kicking. Not saying she can't, but yeah, kick some ass, girl. Kick it.
Yeah, it's if you get 3 wins, and as long as the vampires don't win another one, you're all right.
And I think they've got to be massive wins as well.
Yeah.
I don't think like the 1-0's gonna cut it, mate. She's got to go. She's got to go for like 5.
Yeah, assuming the vampires don't like lose every game from now on. But either way, it's a tall order, but it's still possible.
It's mathematically possible, as they say in it.
Yeah, but it's
in the old professional sporting world.
It's tight. It's
not good.
Right, let's have a look at.
Scary. Next week.
To next week, I'm going to get my whiteboard of
whiteboard of predictions.
Whiteboard of predictions. I'm going to rub all the old stuff out. Leave that there. And where did I put my marker pens? Whilst I'm fiddling about with like equipment, go on then. Brett and Elves.
Brett's 2-1.
Brett's 2-1. Just straight up, no like.
Yeah, Brett's 2-1. Brett's do well against Elves. Don't know why, but they do. Because the Elves don't want to fight him, and then they benefit from the fact that the Bretts want to fight you, but they don't do very well at surviving fighting you. So,
don't they? If anything, it's like isn't it the opposite? It's like because they've got a fend. If anything, they don't want to fight you.
Yeah, well, they do want to fight you, but they don't do very well when they do.
Okay.
That makes sense. Because the armor's 7, so it's a very different. Playing Bretts is a very, very different game because of those initial skill combinations. They're weird. You have to you kind of almost play like dwarves, in that you need to sort of slowly creep up the field. It's just your armor 7, not armor 9.
So you use the linemen
and then
have
you
fends.
Look for the break, and you look for the break, and then you screen and make a dash for it. But yeah, they're an interesting team to play. I love playing them, but they're not pretty.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna agree with you on that one.
I'm giving it.
I'm gonna agree based on that, because I can imagine in my head how Bretts can like win that sort of fighty fight, but then again, elves being elves, they could just do their town.
Well, the elves are trying to avoid fighting.
You say that they
have got a guard. They have got a guard.
Exactly. We've got undead versus dwarves. I imagine I know what's going to be happening right here.
1-0 to the dwarves, yeah.
1-0, pretty standard. I'm with you on that.
I mean, I think it's going to be a tough game. I mean, that undead team looks good.
Yeah.
It hasn't necessarily done good, but it looks good.
Yeah, they have potential.
Look can change, and he outstrengths me.
Yeah, he does.
I'm relying on that death roller to kill. Yeah, 2 mummies, mate. Strength 5. I'm relying on that death roller to do some work.
Fair enough.
But I do have a tackle which should hopefully be able to deal with.
Yeah.
certain runners, ghouly things. Anyway,
Fair enough. Orcs versus lizards. Now, considering the humans and the lizards haven't played their game yet, this makes this one a bit more
if we
difficult.
don't quite know where we stand, but
Yes.
judging on a few factors, so the lizardman's sort of strength advantage isn't really going to count much versus your orcs
No, it's not. They've actually got
in the
quite.
front line, and actually he's probably got more block on his strength fours than the lizardmen do. So
Yeah.
1-1 draw.
Fair shout. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I'm absolutely fine with that. I'm with you on a 1-1 draw there. It makes sense. It's like the issue we have is we don't know what the lizards obviously it depends on the lizards come off against the humans. If they do play tonight and they get their
We've got an update on that.
they get their proverbial shit push. Oh, there's an update.
There's an update. Paulie says he's just got back. He can play, but it's probably a bit late. So I don't know if Alex is still around. Alexander's still around. So we'll see how that pans out.
Ooh, yes, I will.
But however, versus them playing the yeah, you've got to give it to the humans, haven't you? Vampires are just
vampires
too
versus humans.
unreliable.
Oh yeah. Humans are just
Yeah.
they haven't played yet. Okay, fair enough. But with how the state, they're still a vamp down, and they're short on thralls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I'm gonna say it. What do you say? 2-0.
2-1.
2-1.
I mean that movement 8 is going to be pretty tricky to stop, if he decides.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I'm with you on that. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So assuming he
But
doesn't eat his team.
I'm gonna say 2-0 because I got a feeling that the vamps, because there's only 3 vamps. They're running short on. They're running short. They've got only one loner.
Yeah, one loner, but so it's an 11-man roster.
All they have to do all they have to do really is just gang up on 1 or 2, like just hold the vamps where they are, target the thralls, and then the thralls are gone. That's it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And then our flings.
I mean, we say it every week, but this is the one. This is your chance.
It's.
In all fairness,
I want to believe. I want to believe.
I have never lost with halflings when I've played rats.
You have never.
I have never lost to Skaven with halflings. I don't know. It's armor 7, so it's a good chance, to do what you're supposed to do.
To be fair, it's armor 7 versus armor 7 for the most part.
Yeah, well, armor 6.
Armor 6, sorry for the.
Like the halflings rely on that kind of your trees, do some punching. See, hopefully you get something like Deep Root, Morgan Thorg. You take all the re-rolls. You do damage.
Yeah.
And as soon as if you can get that damage stick,
Yeah.
it can go that way. So let's say
let's have a quick
2-1.
check. What's the Rats TV? Actually, no.
10:30, but I think he's dropping 2. He's dropping 2 things. Open it. So it'd be 10:50. Let's assume a normal.
So he's actually got 1, 2,
10:50, and he's popping 2 journeymen at 50 as well.
50,
so it's 11:50.
11:30.
So she's getting 300. So
so that's.
Has she got any cash?
Has she got any cash? She's got quite a bit of cash actually. She's loaded.
Yeah. So like, click on her club. Does she get the thing?
Yeah, she got the altar.
Yeah. Okay. So she's got the altar. And what about who's at home?
I believe it's. She's at home.
She is. So.
Ooh, that's a big one.
That should get you Deep Root and a Master Chef.
Deep Root and a Master Chef, and that Master Chef could be
Deep Root and a Master Chef. I mean, it's what you want with halflings, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You could go Zara. Zara's pretty powerful. I wouldn't bother with Willow. I think Willow's a bit crap, really.
Anyone in like the Buffy fandom right now be shouting at you.
Oh, yeah, I did it wrong, man. Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Alison Hannigan. Oof. Anyway,
Oh, wait, tell me about it, mate. Tell me about it.
anyway,
I like a bit of ginge.
honestly, I am so hoping it's 1-0 to the Flings.
Yeah, we can hope, eh? We can
We
hope.
could hope. It's like
2-1.
I'll write 2-1 to the what? Rats or Flings?
Flings.
2-1. All right then, we'll go with 2-1. Right, it is written down. It is on the
It's set in
It's set in whiteboard.
semi-permanent marker
Yeah.
on a whiteboard that's wiped clean.
Yes. And then it should be a good one. I do hope to see the results. I really do want Emily to do well because it should be fun.
It should happen at some point, doesn't it? You know, the law of averages and all that.
It's all of averages should win at some point. And then we'll take one quick last look at the leaderboard as well, just to because why not?
Yeah, there's a board of leaders.
There's a board of leaders. It's so tight in the middle. You've no idea. The top like 2 or 3 are just like quite well away.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Well, before we get taken off air next week, because obviously we're homophobic and sexist, I wish everyone a good night.
Actually, the reason we might be taking off air next week.
Misogynistic.
I'm actually moving house, so I might have to get you to do it.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, we'll sort it out later. But yeah, it's a goodbye from me.
It's goodbye from him.
So, I don't know why I decided to do that. Anyway,
you're just doing it now.
See you all next week.